Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am with another video for you guys today. Here we're going to be reviewing the new 2018 Volkswagen Passat GT. Before we get started on this review, I want to give a special shout out to Cherry Hill Volkswagen in Cherry Hill, New Jersey for allowing me to take out this 2018 Passat GT and reviewing it for you guys today. But without further ado, what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a full review of the exterior as well as the interior, and as well as do some driving as well to see how the car is. Without further ado, let's jump into this Passat GT. So the Passat to Volkswagen is like the Accord to Honda. It is the mid-size slash full-size luxury sedan that they offer. You can get this pretty basic with no options, and you could pretty much load it to the gills with leather and sunroofs and different engine choices. As you know, anything that you would want to add it to this vehicle, you can. As far as navigation, parking sensors, all that. I mean, obviously this body style has been around for a while. So what Volkswagen did for 2018 was do a refresh on it. So we have new taillight, new LED taillights, new LED headlights, we have new wheels, and this is actually a brand new trim level for 2018. This is the Passat GT. So the Passat GT is pretty much like the R line, and the R line, what that only was better wheels, more aggressive front and rear bumpers, and a little rear deck spoiler on the trunk, and it just didn't look sports inspiring, but it had the same motor. But now if you get the Passat GT, this comes with a 24 valve 280 horsepower VR6 V6 from Volkswagen. Thank you, Volkswagen. Thank you for bringing back the VR6. Thank you for bringing back the VR6. I can't even appreciate that enough. But let's go into this vehicle and let's see what's changed for 2018. So for 2018, we do have these 18-inch wheels on here with some Continental wrap tires, all-season tires. So now, like I said, Volkswagen with the GT is pretty much the R-line trim. So you're gonna see things such as the front bumper and these wheels. But for the GT models, they actually get the calipers painted red, kind of like the GTI in a sense. So this is why this is kind of resembled off the GTI a little bit. And this is why they incorporated red brake calipers with it too, just to give it a little bit more sportier vibe. So new for 2018 with the Passat GT, they refreshed the front up just a little bit. So now you see these red accents are going into the grille, going into the headlights, kind of like the GTI. But they also revised these headlights. These headlights are absolutely gorgeous. I love the way they look. They're very crisp, they're very clean, and literally there's LED everywhere. Pretty much the daytime running lights, the turn signals, the high beams, the low beams, it's full LED headlights, and I think these are one of the best LED headlights on the market today. Now going to the actual emblem, this also has the same feature as the 2019 Jetta. If you have not seen that review, click on the upper right hand corner of the screen where you can check out that review right now. But this will actually enable, so if you pretty much, it looks like a piece of glass in front of the emblem here. So now you have the front collision warning, the radar guided cruise control. These are the functions. This is why this looks like this, because the sensors are actually right behind the emblem. So this is offered in the GT package as well. So moving on to the rear of the GT, as you can see, these beautiful taillights. Volkswagen, I have to give it to you. When it comes to taillights, if you do full LEDs, your designs are epic. I love them. I love them. They're so different. They don't look like anything else on the road, but you do have these characteristics, these different designs inside the tails, and it's absolutely fantastic. But also for 2018 with the Passat, since this is a Passat GT, you get certain things in the rear. So like here, you do see the deck lit spoiler, and it's painted black just to give it that more sportier vibe. As well as on the bottom, also in the rear, besides the spoiler, you do get rear dual exhaust pipes due to the fact that this is a VR6. So you do have a 6-cylinder motor with dual exhaust. There's nothing better than a V6, in my opinion. I love V6s, and this is kind of getting me nostalgic of my old Accord days. But back to the car. We have this characteristic body line here that's also painted black, just to give this car a more sportier vibe and more detailed attention to the interior of the car. So also with the Passat GT, just to dignify it from the regular Passat, like I explained from the rear bumper, it tied that black line ties all the way into here. That trim piece that's black ties all the way into the side, but they continue the black trim on top. So they painted the roof black from factory. Most of the cars, you know, like the M3s that come with a carbon fiber roof, or some other cars that come with carbon fiber roof options, or even black roof option like the Mustangs and stuff like that, this is no exception. So they wanted to make this vehicle sporty. They wanted to get the younger buyer. They wanted to actually get the more sporty enthusiast that still wanted a sedan, that still wanted luxury inside as well. So this is cool. Also tying down here, like I said before, you do have these 18-inch wheels with a brushed aluminum polished face, as well as black painted inserts with the red calipers. Really ties the sportier theme in, along with this body line. The body line then continues along the door panels, and as well as you have this little swoop towards the end of the bottom of the rocker panel here. And it actually looks like it's like an aggressive lip a little bit, but it's not, it doesn't look as if this is actually metal. This is not like a body kit piece on the car. This is very different. Most manufacturers actually add a little trim kit to make it sporty, but this is actually true metal. It's actually molded as the shape of the car. So good job, Volkswagen, really good job. Now moving back to the front of the vehicle, now we also do see here that the Passat GT does inquire more black trim on the mirror covers. So the mirror covers on the Passat GT are black, and as well as when you go into the front fascia, you do have, like I said, you do have, like I said before, you do have this red trim on top, but you do also have this painted black theme on the top of the headlight, as well as kind of resembles GTI right here with these fins. However, they do not have fog lights. No GT comes with fog lights, unfortunately. But you do have the honeycomb grille underneath the car, as well as on the top, to carry out the sportier theme with this package. So this is awesome. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hop in the interior and see if they improved anything on the interior. Let's go. So as we step into the 2018 Passat, not much has changed on the interior. They did add some more piano black trim. Like I said, the Passat GT resembles off of the R-Line, so there are a lot of R-Line features in here. So for instance, you do get like this carbon fiber-like trim on top of some aluminum, which actually has a texture to it, which is nice. You do have this piano black going in the center console here, leather wrap, everything. There's a lot of leather in this car as well. So again, with the steering wheel, with the where the horn is, you actually do have some soft padding where the airbag would go. The leather wrap steering wheel, along with this contrast gray stitching, which is nice. Black headliner. I love black headliners in cars. I think it gives a more classier vibe to the interior, and especially these seats. I love this two-tone design. I know they incorporate this back in the days. This is how you know this is the old Volkswagen design. So back when the CC was around and all these other vehicles that had a leather dual leather, like two-tone leather option, this is kind of what they look like. So you do have like this gray inserts in the middle, as well as the gray leather, contrast stitching to match the centerpiece of the leather and the centerpiece of the seats. And you do have this black leather that surrounds everything. So this is a nice place to be. A lot of the stuff in this car is kind of dated. This is the old radio head unit, the old, you know, it's the older unit. However, this, you know, it's kind of like they try to give it a refresh without adding too much newer stuff into it. Obviously, because there is going to be a new Passat coming out later on. I don't have any information on that. But what you get here, this is really, really nice. It's a really nice interior. Volkswagen, yet again, does a great job with their interiors. And everything is nice and soft. The top of the door cards are soft. The top of the dash is yet again soft. You do have hard plastics here, but this is actually not bad. And then you have this beautiful classic piano black trim here. This is nice. It's a nice interior. It's a nice place to be. But yeah. So, and then you do have a sunroof as well. So you do have looks like a regular cutout sunroof. Same thing from the Passat. Same thing from the normal Passat. You know, like I said, it's pretty much the Passat, but with a little bit more of a sportier feel on the exterior as well as interior. Like I said, with the trims and the piano black trims throughout the cabin. The same characteristics on the door cards, where you see the carbon fiber and the aluminum, the brushed aluminum textured trim on the door cards. And then obviously we want to talk about space as well. There's a lot of places to store, like for instance, you do have your eyeglass holder here. And this is the old way to open up a sunroof. So they actually, on the top here, they have like a little, I think you push this down, you can push to tilt. You can actually pull it down to bring it back in, and you can actually turn the knob to open up the sunroof at any different location of where you want to do it. And it's pretty cool. So, you know, it's pretty dope. It's a nice interior to be in. It's not a bad interior, but you're definitely, if you're looking at the newer, like, you know, the Tiguan and then the Atlas, you know that this has the older or the previous interior design language. But for interior storage space, you do have a nice deep bin in here with the 12-volt outlet here. Inside here, you do have a place to put it's really a deep socket in here where you have another 12-volt plug, and you also do have a USB port to plug up your phone, as well as cup holders that are pretty decent. Two different sizes for the cup holders. One cup holder is bigger than the other, which is kind of cool. And you have a lot of space in the glove compartment as well. You also, inside the door cards, you do have a place to put a bottle, as well as, you know, books and other knickknacks that you have to put in here as well. And then you have adjustable seats. So in this car, you do have adjustable powered seats with lumbar support as well. So that's pretty cool. And I really do like, the one thing that I know is very fresh in this car is the rear view mirror. So in the rear view mirror, it's frameless, and it also has a compass built in as well. So this is pretty dope. It's pretty cool. I like the way that this interior is, and especially as, you know, as time went on with this car, because this car has been around for a while, it's not bad. I mean, it's still usable in today's world. But let's go check out the rear seats, and let's check out the trunk. So as you can see here, the Passat is a big car. It definitely is a full-size car, and you can definitely tell that because of the fact that this is my driving position. Like I said, I'm 5'11". This is my driving position, and I have so much leg room left, and it's such a comfortable back seat, and it's very nice. You do have tweeters on the door cards in the back here, and you do have this same leather language as far as the two-tone leather going to the rear with the contrast stitching. And you have another USB port in the rear as well to charge your phone. Only one, so people in the back are going to be fighting which one, you know, which one's going to be charging their phone first. Also in the center armrest here, you do have a place for two extra cup holders, and you don't have a storage way to get back to the rear trunk. Usually, like for instance, on my Volkswagen Mark 7 GTI, there is a path through where you can go through the center armrest to get into the trunk. But unfortunately, in this vehicle, that is not available. But like I said, it's a very nice vehicle, and also you do have your lights in the rear here. It's a nice place to be. Have a lot of headroom since this vehicle is a full-size luxury sedan. A full-size sedan. This is pretty much the roof line, which is weird. In this car, for the headspace, I have a lot of headspace. But what's unique about this car, and I'm sure, and Audis do this too a lot, there's actually like a bubble back here to give the passenger in the rear a little bit more headspace, you know, for the taller occupants. I'm not 6 foot, but for a 6 foot, maybe someone that's 6'2" or 6'3", they'll be able to sit back here with not an issue at all. And the door opens really wide to get in and out of the vehicle as well. Now let's open the trunk of the Passat GT. You have about 15.9 cubic feet of space in the trunk area, which is a huge trunk. You can fit about 4 golf club bags in here. And you do have I believe you also, the great thing is you don't have a pass-through like you do, like let's say in the Golf, but you do have a 60-40 split of seats. So these do pull here and pull here, and then you have more space in the rear. And now you can fit pretty much you could pretty much fit a lot of different things in this trunk, just in case if you're going to a Home Depot run, Lowe's run, or just, you know, if you have a lot of shopping for the house, for the grocery shopping for the house, you have plenty of space to put stuff in your Passat GT. The reason why someone will say, yes, I'm gonna buy a Passat GT, yes, they get most of the luxury features, most of the high-end features that you would normally have to pay extra for on the trim that comes in this model. However, the other reason why you buy a Passat GT is because of the platform that comes inside of it. So the motor that we have in here is a 3.6 liter VR6 24 valve motor. It makes about 280 horsepower, and it makes 258 pound-feet of torque. There's no superchargers, there's no turbochargers. This is a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder, and all the old school Volkswagen owners, you know that this is definitely a motor that's somewhat missed. A lot of people do like the turbo motors, but for those VR6 people, that distinctive exhaust note, you know, that definitely falls into a huge play. Speaking of exhaust note, let's see if it does have the same exhaust note. Let's check it out. I'm done talking. This is a VR6. I want to drive this thing. I want to get it around town. Let's see how it feels. Let's go. Hey guys, we are in the 2018 Passat GT and I'm ready to take this thing for a ride. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Okay, so before we get started on this review, I wanted to talk about one thing that I may have to make a correction on. For some reason, I know this is the old head unit, and I, for some reason, thought that it didn't come with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it does. It will definitely have Android Audio, and it will also have Apple CarPlay enabled in it, as you can see here on the screen. My phone's enabled with it right now. But then, okay, so I got that out the way. You do get the old style look of it, but it functions as if it was a new head unit. You just don't get the look of it. So I want to talk about powertrain for a minute. So first of all, like I said, it's a 3.6 liter 24 valve VR6 V6, makes 280 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Now when you talk about power, right, you know, obviously now we talk about turbocharging and supercharging and may have you, but it's very rare that there's still a naturally aspirated car available. Usually they don't offer, you know, they don't even consider anymore, obviously, for fuel economy, to reach fuel economy. But I'm glad that Volkswagen did a last hurrah for this car and added a VR6 into it. Kind of reminds me of and you know, obviously Volkswagen's Volkswagen, Honda's Honda, but it kind of reminds me of the V6 Accord, and that was a good motor. This is no exception. Also, another thing about this is that a lot of people don't know about this, and I forgot about this myself, but this doesn't have a regular automatic. This is a DSG transmission. So Volkswagen, shout out again. I understand that you couldn't put a manual in this. Not a lot of people would buy this car in a manual, but they offer this with a DSG with the VR6. So you already know, you have your regular drive mode, you have your regular, you can put it into Triptronic mode, and you can play through the gears up here, and it has shift pedals on the steering wheel, and it's very responsive. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see how she is. Okay, it's definitely up there. That it has a lot of grunt down low, which is the naturally aspirated. And when you throw it in the corner, you know it's a big sedan. You know it's a big sedan. It's floaty. But it's nice though. Wow. It's been a while since I've been in a V6. And of course, since it's the DSG, it's a dual clutch transmission. So that means you get definitely crisp upshifts and responsive downshifts. Right on the fly. So with the DSG transmission, it allows this VR6 to get 19 mpg in the city and 28 on the highway with a combined of 22. I want to talk about the refinement of this interior and the chassis. So when you put the car in the corner, the suspension feels floaty, and it should, because it's a sedan. A lot of people are going to buy it for the luxury aspect, but it feels planted. Like if I really try to it definitely feels boaty. It's a big car. I'm not going to sit and say it's not a big car, but it's planted. I don't feel as if it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. And I like it. As far as and also for the quality of the interior, love it. I love the style of this interior. I miss the older Volkswagens a little bit. I mean, I love the new ones too, but I did kind of like this old interior. And in the regular Passats without the R line, you would get the clock in the center too, which I thought was always kind of cool. Kind of resembled like a luxury sedan, like a Mercedes or Audi. But this was pretty cool too. For the gauge cluster, they did cheap out. They did not go with the color LCD. You still get the regular LCD that gives you a lot of great information. So it's not bad at all, but you got to realize this is the older interior. So obviously when a new Passat comes out, and they will make a new Passat, then obviously this will be revised and it will have the new language. I'm curious of what motors they're going to be putting in that vehicle though. But also you do have a sport mode here. So if you don't want to shift it, spinning the tires a little bit. But again, if you wanted to put it into gear shift, like in the Triptronic mode, you can. In the manual mode. I love this motor. It makes me realize I'm reminiscing the V6 days, like, cause this is nice. This is nice. I really do like this. All right, here we go. Oh wow. Yep, very good. Everything's nice and classy inside of this interior. Everything is really nice. Everything's really refined in the interior. It's a nice place to be. But you know, it's to the fact of, you know, you do have, this is a $30,000 car. You know, it shouldn't feel cheap inside. $30,000, you should have something that's, you know, really nice. The warranty on this car, you get 6 years, 72,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty. Oh my God, I love this motor. And that's one thing about naturally aspirated motors. There's no boost to build. It just makes its power and it makes it now. Like, I don't have to wait for the power. It's just more power. It's just really nice. And I never thought I would smile over Passat, but that is why they built the GT. See, I'm smiling right now. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the drive. I'm enjoying the engagement that I have. Is it the most perfect sports car in the world? No, but it's good for what you get with your money. I can definitely say that, and I say it with confidence. But I mean, listen, hey, with this white paint and these black trims, it makes it look perfect. I love the way this GT looks. It's absolutely great. It's a good design car. It's really refined inside. It makes it really enjoyable to drive. I have to give this definitely a thumbs up. Good job, Volkswagen. Even with a car that has dated interior styling off of it, it's definitely dope. And I appreciate that. All right, guys, if you want a full-size car, if you want a full-size sedan with luxury features, a lot of cool modern features, with a VR6 motor, V6 in front of the hood, underneath the hood, I would definitely recommend the 2018 Passat GT. Now, also, I want to give a quick shout out. If you like this video, I just want to let you guys know, if you like this specific vehicle, this is MSRP'd at $30,600 at the dealer. Which dealer? Cherry Hill Volkswagen in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. If you want to see somebody, see my boy Kyle. He'll hook you up with a great deal on this car. And I'll put a description and a link below of this vehicle, as well as you can check out the rest of Cherry Hill Volkswagen's inventory. Well, this is going to conclude the review on the 2018 Passat GT. Hope you guys definitely enjoyed the video. I sure did enjoy driving this car. This car is actually a lot of fun for what it actually is. But if you did like this video, I need you to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help. Make sure you get this video a thumbs up. Also, I need you guys to do the three things for JR14's channel. I need you to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care. And remember, cars are a lifestyle.
That's good.